The year is 1992, and there are a lot of insane things taking place. LA is burning and on fire due to the Rodney King riots. Our current sitting president, George Bush, vomits all over the Prime Minister of Japan. And one of the most popular songs at the time is Billy Ray Cyrus's Achy Breaky Heart. Now, not all things during 1992 were terrible. A lot of good things actually came out of 1992. One of the most iconic video games of all time, Mortal Kombat, came out. 2G mobile phones were released. And one of the best Batman movies ever made, that being Batman Returns. So due to recent events of the current movie, The Flash, and how that movie utterly destroys Michael Keaton's Batman, I figured this would be a good time to reminisce on some better days of when Batman was awesome. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that this movie is perfect, because no movie is perfect, and this definitely has its flaws. But overall, I absolutely love this movie, and I think it is a fantastic Batman movie. So starting off with the cast, we have Michael Keaton returning as Bruce Wayne / Batman. You have Michelle Pfeiffer, who plays an absolutely amazing Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman. Danny DeVito, who plays an incredibly dark and twisted version of the Penguin. And Christopher Walken playing Max Schreck as a ruthless industrialist who puts a nice little twist into the movie. Now, directing this movie is obviously Tim Burton, which you could see his thumbprint all over this movie, which is one of the reasons why I really like this, and something that it really has always appealed to me. I know a lot of people have complained about how this movie is too dark and too quote-unquote weird. I know McDonald's and Warner Brothers was very dissatisfied with how dark this movie was. That was something that always drew me to this movie, and even as a kid, I was a little scared watching this movie, but I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Danny Elfman also returned from the original Batman to score this movie, and to me, it's honestly perfection. Danny Elfman and Tim Burton just go hand in hand, and it's really what helps make this movie such a good film. Not only is music very important in the movie to help you feel what is going on, but also the set pieces. This movie had some incredible set designs, just like the first one. Obviously, this taking place during Christmas time. They do a very good job throwing you into the world of Gotham, kind of the city having its own personality, and you feel like you're actually there. The Penguin's underground lair at the Gotham City Zoo literally held 500,000 gallons of water on set, which is just insane. But again, doing those types of things, using these practical effects, are what made those movies so great compared to the CGI messes that we see today. The plot for Batman Returns probably isn't the best thing ever, but it's also not the worst. Because this movie has two villains, we do see two origin stories take place. One from the very beginning of the movie, where we see the birth of Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, and I really did like the fact that they went away from the gangster aspect. Yes, he still technically is a gangster, but he also has that feral / mutation of him where he's more animalistic, and I really like that. It was something different that I had never seen before. And we see that his motivation throughout this movie is because he was a castaway, because he was discarded like trash from his parents. He wanted to enact revenge on the city of Gotham and do the same thing to Gotham's firstborn sons. Very biblical in that sense, but again, not the worst idea in the world. Then we also see the birth of Catwoman through Selina Kyle, who's a character that gets introduced to us. She's a weaker individual. She's kind of like a pushover, and the ruthless industrialist Max Schreck pushes her out of a window due to the fact that she saw information that she shouldn't have seen. Well, kind of leaning into that cat-like 9 lives type of stuff, she survives the fall, no longer is a pushover, and now she's this badass whip-toting villain. Like I said, Michelle Pfeiffer does an amazing job portraying the role. Danny DeVito knocks it out of the park as this evil villain. And as I said earlier, I think Michael Keaton did a great job portraying Batman. I really like the fact that in this film, they turned Batman into that vigilante, where they leaned on that a little bit in the first film, but they really went hard with it in this one. And then all throughout the movie, there are some iconic scenes. The big giant duck that was was turned into Penguin's car, the Batmobile, and how it splits and turns into that like bat missile. And then they introduced the Batboat. So like I had said earlier in the review, to me, this is one of the best Batman films out there. It's just so much nostalgia attached to it, so many iconic things that came from this movie. This and the first one both combined made me a massive Batman fan. And then following up with this, you had the animated series that came out, which just solidified my absolute love for Batman. But let me know what you all think below. What are your thoughts on this film? I know this isn't everybody's favorite, so I am interested to see what you all think. If you could, please leave a comment below. If you like this video, smash that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, take care.